Hey, fear not, Canada. Your central planning overlords, your rulers, your masters. Don't worry. They're going to figure it out eventually. It'll take a while because they'll have to hammer amongst each other. And what is the best way to reinvent the platform or the premise in how the Canadian sheeple get to choose their masters or rulers? So, this is in regards to today it's being reported on all the media outlets how this Electoral Reform Committee is recommending a referendum for towards proportional representation. But I mean, as we all know, like in Northern Europe and places like that, there are places that have proportional representation instead of the first past the post. And I'm not going to be the one to explain wholly how that all works out, because I mean, I'd fucking fall asleep. It's so boring, this shit. But in reality, if you care that much to try to figure out which is the best way to choose my master, it all comes down to manipulating the pieces on a chessboard. You're still going to have the king and the queen, right? The central planners that get the ultimate decision makers and arbiters over your life, your wealth, your happiness, your prosperity, right? It's always going to lead to the exact same result. The only difference is given the pretense or the illusion of allowing many more people to have a stake or a claim or a say in the game. It's all bullshit. Because once again, look over in Europe. I mean, even with this bullshit with the way it's set up, the first past the post, first of all, I don't agree with having central planners at all. Like, forced subjugation and slavery was supposed to be abolished long ago. But as we all know, it wasn't. It was just reinvented, right? And tweaked. My thing is, let's get rid of this whole concept completely. But they realize that there's rumblings among the masses. So what they're going to do, government's never going to try to decrease its role or function or ability to dominate and plunder the people. So what they'll do is, like I say, try to reinvent the wheel of how you get to choose your masters and rulers. How fucking sad is that? Oh, it's just such a joke. No matter, like I said, no matter how you do no matter how this plays out, it's never going to be good for you. Central planners are never going to hand over their power and give it to you. I mean, what do you think? They're idiots? They go into fucking central power positions of central authority and power. You think they're going to give that up? Why would they want to go through their whole life and get to that point where they want to go into it just to throw it away? No, not going to happen. The Special Committee of MPs studying electoral reform in Canada recommends the government hold a referendum that pits the current system against the system of proportional representation without specifying a particular alternative. But the Liberal members of the committee do not agree that a referendum should be conducted at this time and suggest the electoral reform cannot be implemented in time for the 2029 election. One of their promises. Oh, what? Another broken promise from the Liberal? Can't imagine that, right? And they were the ones that even talked about it. So they'll all tell you whatever you want to hear to get in power, and then they're like, well, maybe I wasn't being completely honest, right? And they won't tell you that. They will never say they were. I mean, just listen to how a politician talks when anyone ever talks or tries to ask them a question. They will never answer a question directly. They'll go around it, under it, or through it, or avoid it completely. But you're not going to get no honesty. Why the fuck people want to still play these games, I don't know. But NDP and Green members in a joint supplementary report also still question the need for a referendum because they probably think they're going to lose, right? Your opinion, if you're a central planner, your opinion, obviously, on how this is going to play out is going to be completely in line with whether you will benefit or lose from it. That's really what it all comes down to. Members of the committee are speaking with reporters at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. CBCnews.ca is streaming that news conference live. New Democrats have called their own news conference on the same topic for noon, and the Liberals on the committee have called a separate one for 12:30. So I guess the Conservatives aren't saying nothing about it, right? Just hanging back in the back room? I don't know. Or the Liberals or the CBC media don't give a shit. I don't know. Whatever. The committee recommend that the government should, as it develops a new electoral system, minimize the level of distortion between the popular will of the electorate and the resultant seat allocation in Parliament, reads the majority report in the special committee. So it's just, like I say, it's just a matter of shuffling seats around and how you get to choose and pick your master, or how many rulers there are going to be in total that will have to either come together, sell their own principles out, and join together to become a ruling party. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's always going to be a race to the lowest common denominator when you're talking about mob or majority rule. That's just, I don't know how else you're going to try to pretend otherwise. That system would be put against the current first past the post system in a referendum. Anyways, Liberals suggest government proceed slowly. NDP MPPs and Elizabeth May propose alternatives, question need for referendum. So if you want, like I said, I'm already almost 6 minutes into this, and like I say, how you pick your masters or losers, I'm sure a lot of people care about that. I don't. I'm of the mindset that I never will pick a master or ruler. I don't believe in masters or rulers. I don't need a master or ruler. It's unfortunate that many Canadians feel that they need to. It's unfortunate that the indoctrination that was instilled in them at very early ages and throughout their entire childhood was pounded in their head that they grew up as adults actually believing this kind of bullshit. It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that actual adult human beings, actual adults, is not storybooks. They're not children. They're full-grown adults, but they still believe in all this bullshit where I need to clamor to figure a way how I can get my master in power instead of someone else. This constant race to the bottom is just so devastating, so destructive to human advancement, the human intellect, human cohabitation, coexistence. It's such a detriment that, just look at the world around you as a result of it, right? Beautiful things that come from people and individuals, and then the negative, nasty consequences that comes as a result of central planning and mystical authorities. Humanity, humans, good, genuine people try to advance us constantly, try to put humans on the path to prosperity, to evolve us. But central planners, control freaks, and sociopaths are constantly fighting to not just hinder, but to dominate how that plays out on the grand stage. It's a Canadian Libertarian, and I love liberty.